How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be working on my Scion XB, as obviously you see here in the background, and this is the continuation of my audio install. But before I get into that, if you could do me a huge favor, go ahead and hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. We're doing the 1,000 subscriber merch giveaway. All you gotta do is subscribe to the channel, drop some likes and comments on here, and follow our socials on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And once we hit 1,000 subscribers, we're gonna give away some merch. And thank you to everybody that's been watching the videos and everybody that's been newly subscribing. We're almost at the 1K mark, so definitely excited to do something nice for you guys to show my appreciation. Mine and Steve's appreciation for you guys watching the channel. So yeah, this is my daily, nothing special. You can see some damage there, some missing stuff. It is what it is. Part of my want for this car is to upgrade the technology in it. So a big part of it was the new stereo and upgrading the audio equipment. Speakers in this car are very old. It sounds okay for OE, but nothing spectacular. So in this process, this is a multi-part series. Again, the first episode I ever did was actually install a new stereo in it. I forget which model I had, but now I currently have this. This is Sony's new mobile ES series head unit. It's a XAV 9500 ES. Has all sorts of cool tech. I apologize if you see dust everywhere. I need to clean this car. It's been raining on and off. But yeah, this is the new stereo that I have in there. That was the very first part of the series, or actually the very first part of the series was me installing the other stereo to kind of get technology up to date in this car that was, you know, made in 2005, 2006. So this has been put in, or I had another one swapped out for this during SEMA week. So Brian has a head unit for his project, my friend Brian over at Kaiju Motorsports. And in the previous video, I actually did sound deadening. I don't want to take the door panel off, but you can hear it. Sounds very solid for a Scion. I didn't do the back door because I don't have so much material, but you can hear it here. Here it's definitely hollow. So this is the front doors, and the floorboards on the entire front of the car have been sound insulated. So that's all done. And today what I wanted to work on was actually do some wiring. So I'm going to start working on some wiring and kind of show you the step-by-step guide. Now the way I'm doing wiring is a little different than a lot of other people's. A lot of people, when they do car audio installs, they usually do everything, you know, run everything to the back into the trunk. But for my car, the ideal goal is to have a sub box underneath the passenger seat, and the amp will be on the driver's seat. So there's not much wiring going everywhere all over the car. It's just going to be in the front half of the cabin. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on that and show you kind of the process. Excuse a little bit of a mess here. This is some of the wiring I was able to dig out. I normally recommend buying all new wiring, but a lot of the wiring that I have here was used in a demo car, and it barely got used, so everything is like brand new still. So you have your power wire, your ground for the amp, some RCA cables, and then have some speaker wire and whatnot. I don't need a whole lot of wiring because everything's going to be in the front half of the cab, and I'm using a 5-channel amp that you've seen in a previous episode. So first thing I want to do is actually fish the power wire, which would go through, for an XB, right over here. There's a grommet here that I could fish through. There's another wire that's already been fished from the previous owner when Vince had the car. It had power wire ran a different way in this car previously. I forgot how it was done, but I was kind of like, what is this? But the easiest way is to fish it through that. And what I usually do is I use a coat hanger, and all I do is electrical tape the coat hanger to this, like use a piece of straight coat hanger and just fish it through. Real easy thing to do. A lot of car audio shops do that. I've been doing it forever. Works real nice. And the ground wire will obviously be shortened down significantly and have some connectors on the end. I'm gonna ground it. The ground spot will be somewhere right underneath the driver's seat. So, you know, shorter the ground, the better. So it's gonna just be somewhere underneath here. That'll be easy to do. Just gotta slide the seat forward, sand a spot to bolt down for the ground, and then run the RCAs. The RCAs I'm gonna be running Unfortunately, the long, tedious, painful way, or actually the easiest way I'll probably be doing it, is through the dash, underneath, fish it through the carpet, and through the where the shift linkage is. Just fish it through there and then down into here, so it'll be really short. Same with the remote wire. I'll probably have to do the same, but the power wire will just come through here, so most of the wiring will be done on this side of the car. Generally, for most vehicles, you want to do power and anything that causes interference on one side of the car. Power, remote, all that on one side, RCA's on the complete opposite side, and then your speaker wires generally want to be on the same side as the RCA's. But because of how this install is going to be done, everything's just going to be run real short and easy right in this area here. So let's get started. Have the main power wire fish through the firewall. It's right over there. I do have a grommet between the metal and the wire so it doesn't spark anything. Left a little extra slack because I'm going to have to run it and tuck it and make it nicer, and also put a fuse block, which I'll do in a bit. And I already have it ran through. So what I determined is I'm gonna pull the carpet up, run the power wire through here. There is an opening. If I pull back, I don't know if you can see it in there where this wire harness goes through. I'll run the power wire through, and then there's a cut opening. So I'll show you what I did in about 3 minutes. I have the factory spare tire jack in the trunk of the car in the cubby because I don't use that anyways. So there's a bracket here that was like this, and all I did, just because I'm lazy, is rock it back and forth till it snapped. So broken clean off, have a nice flat-ish area to mount the amp, which I'll make a nicer mount for, but this is the general area for the amp, where the amp's gonna be. So next, like I said, I'm gonna fish the power wire through to where it needs to be at, and then kind of go from there and run some more wires. Finish running the power wire through. I don't know if you can see it there. It's coming out through that center hole. And while looking around with these panels off, I found this guy. Dead in between. Oops. Dead in between check that out. Just kind of just lodged in there. I don't know how he got up in there, but it is what it is. So the next thing I'm going to do is take out the head unit so I can run the RCA's down through the center console. I took out the center panel here for everything to drop, and just run the RCA's and just have it pop through here and out. Pretty straightforward and simple, and I got to run the remote wire as well. To disassemble the center console, it's actually pretty easy on an XB. It's pretty much these three knobs that come off. There's 2 screws here. For the Sony head unit, I have to take off the screen, and from there you just reach your hands into the AC vents and you gently pull, and it pops out, and you just disconnect the harnesses that are hooked up to all the modules that are right here. It's pretty straightforward and simple. Outside that, oh yeah, and you have the potentially the cigarette lighter also. But it's pretty simple to do. This car's super easy to work on. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this done and check back in. So I know it looks like a giant mess here. I got quite a bit done. So all the RCA cables and the remote wires all ran down through the center console and through here and then underneath the seat. So it's all underneath the seat right now, which that's all done. I gotta put the stereo back together, but one of the things is one of the dash speakers is here, you know, on each side, and the 3-way components I'm running are the mobile ES. And traditionally the crossovers, most car audio shops mount them behind the door panel, but the only thing going through to the door is the door speaker. So I'm planning on mounting the crossover probably somewhere underneath the dash. I'll do that at a later time, but the dash is real easy to take apart. It's pretty much 3 screws here, 1 screw underneath each speaker cover, and I think there's like 1 or 2 behind the instrument cluster. So pretty straightforward and easy to do. I'll do that at another later date, but everything I need to do for today is all done. So I'll put this back together so I could have, you know, not this And I still have to do the ground and also do the fuse. I have to fuse the power, but I'm not gonna hook up the power until everything's ready for the speakers. And today, obviously, I'm running out of daylight. As you can see, it's getting darker, and I'm running out of time. I have other stuff I gotta do. But yeah, I'll go ahead and knock this out and then show you how it looks like back in one piece. But again, RCAs are ran, and fortunately for the XBs, it has a ton of room underneath the dash. So all the extra RCA cable, because I'm running such a short setup, it's all tucked back up in here. And one other thing I'm doing in the meantime, since I'm running some wiring, is I actually mounted the bass knob for the amp. That took me a little time just to figure out where I wanted to put it. This is the most easy and convenient and out of the way position to run it all. As you can see, I have everything reassembled and the car cleaned up. Again, nowhere near done, but I had a very short window of time to work on the car today. I'm about 10 minutes from my cutoff time, so perfect timing. Pull this car back out, bring the cars back in. So what's left to do is actually fuse the power wire and then hook that up, but obviously don't need to do that yet. And then do the ground underneath the seat and install the component speakers in the doors. The mid-range, or the 4-inch, and the dash and the tweeter. And I also have custom kick panels that are going to be using 5 1/4 that are going to replace the OEM kick panel. And then I have 6.5-inch coaxes that are going in the rear area for rear fill. The subwoofer is not going to get installed quite yet because Steve's making a custom box for his XB, and he's going to make one identical for my XB. And I'm not sure when he's going to get that done, and I'm not sure when my next LA trip's going to be. So that's all kind of hanging in the balance, but I'll get there eventually. But the goal is to get everything else done hopefully the next couple times I have to work on the car. Have a little bit of time tomorrow, and then so forth and so forth. I was hoping to get this done by Knowledge Fest when Richard gets into town, but it's looking least likely, but it's okay. But yeah, not too much more to go. The back braking stuff's done and out of the way, so I'm happy there, minus the amp and hooking up the amp. But yeah, it's coming along. Definitely do appreciate everybody that has been following along with this install. Again, huge shout out and big thank you to Richard and everybody at Sony Car Audio for hooking it up with the system. Until next time, you guys take care. Thanks again for watching. See you on the next episode.